All right, Steve, you're on.
All right, Shawn Bunch, this is Steve Jewin from MMA Mania. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm excellent, and thank you for taking the time today. I want to start by complimenting you on the last fight you had in Bellator against Joe Warren. That was perhaps the most one-sided fight I've ever seen Joe Warren in. You handed it to him in that bout.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So good.
I was a little surprised by the outcome, too, because I thought with the two of you in there, it'd be a wrestling clinic, and it turned out to be exactly the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working on my hands with my coach, Rosendo Sanchez, for years now, and I was confident that I would be able to outstrike him in the striking department. And I knew he was not going to be able to take me down. I knew my wrestling is better than his. And actually, yeah, freestyle, like, shooting takedowns. I mean, I could defend his upper body attacks, but I was confident in them right away. I knew the speed was a play to distance. I played a factor, and I was able to dictate what I want to do the whole fight.
Not only did you dictate, you dominated him to the point where he verbally submitted. Had you ever experienced that before in a fight where a fighter actually TKO'd himself?
No, that was the first time that ever happened. But I didn't, I've known Joe for a while. We trained together back in wrestling. He's a friend of mine. And none of respect for him. But I saw blood, and I took it right when I could.
It's blood or get bloodied, so you got to go for it when you smell that opportunity. Yeah. But at the same time, being that he was a friend and is a friend, were you concerned when after the fight he was saying things like, "I can't feel my hands"? Yeah,
I did. I actually I spoke with him after the fight. Checked on him. He said he was okay. He came back from the hospital. I saw him at the hotel, just making sure he was okay. And just the main thing is his health. He's a father. He has a wife and kids and everything. So the main thing is being healthy to go back to your family. And that was good that he was.
He's a two-time champion and Olympic legend and a Bellator legend. So we want nothing but the best for him.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the last time we see him in a Bellator cage?
Knowing his competitive mindset, I think he would want to compete again and reverse that last feeling. But I think he should consider not fighting again just for his health and, his family. But, ultimately it's going to be up to him. And if he has a good set of coaches and team around him and family, maybe they could talk him out, because he really has nothing to prove. He's a legend. He's done so much in the sport, wrestling and MMA. But, we'll see.
But like you said, he does have that competitive edge, so he might have to be talked out of it. But
yeah.
We'll see what happens with him in the future. But now in the immediate future, you've got Dominic Mazzotta, a dangerous fighter in his own right, 14-2 overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's tough, well-rounded. It's a good fight. It's a good fight, good name, good opponent for me. So I'm very excited about this fight.
What do you think of the Honey Badger's skill set? I mean, do you think he has one particular thing he excels in, like you obviously did coming out of such a great wrestling program?
I think he's very well-rounded. I don't know if anything really stands out. He likes to kick a lot. I think he's Taekwondo background, so he likes to kick. And his jiu-jitsu, high-level jiu-jitsu, and that's another strong point of his. Jiu-jitsu, taking guys down, kicks to takedowns, which is good. It's a good style fight for me.
What was the hardest thing for you to pick up on when you came out of Edinburgh and got into mixed martial arts? Was it, the kickboxing? What was the first thing that you were like, man, wrestling didn't get me ready for this?
Just being relaxed and comfortable of punching somebody. Because usually when you punch somebody, you're tensed up and you're in a fight, I'm in the fight mode when I'm throwing punches. So just being able to comfortable just punching somebody and just being relaxed while you do it and mixing everything together. Punches, the takedowns, wrestling, and not just all just tensed up the whole time, just want to knock somebody's head off. Just knowing how to relax and flow and put it together and create MMA.
Well, it seems like it is flowing for you of late. You've won 4 fights in a row now, so do you feel like now it's like your new resurgence as a fighter?
Yes, I very much do. You know, going back into the regional scene kind of helped me out. You know, I wasn't happy about it, about doing that, but that kind of helped me gain the experience and gain the time and training, getting ready and win these fights. Just doing it more just helped me get back into Bellator and recreate myself and find the love and just knowing how to get better at what I'm fighting.
You know, during your last Bellator run before you came back, your last opponent was Darian Caldwell. What do you think of the run he's been on since that time and the fighter he's developed into while you were away?
He's been doing very well for himself. Champ now. Had a lot of good fights. He's lost his last recent fight over in Japan, but he's doing pretty good. He was a friend of mine from wrestling. We wrestled together, trained together, traveled together. So he's doing good. That's a fight I would love to fight again. I'd love to avenge that fight. I even told him I want to fight him again. I have no hard feelings for him. I'm happy he's doing well for himself, but that's somebody who I definitely would love to fight again.
Well, I was wondering that myself. I thought you might want to avenge that loss, but I also find it a little bit ironic that every one of these opponents that we seem to be talking about that you had in the past is also a friend of yours. I mean, what is it with Bellator matching you up against your friends?
They want me to be my friends, my enemy. They want me to.
It's crazy. But that's the fight game sometimes. I mean, just last week I was asking another fighter about that. I said to Linton Vassell, would you ever fight Czech Congo? He's like, no, man, that's my brother. I'm like, well, yeah, but you're both heavyweights now. Sometimes you got to fight your friends. Yeah,
you got to. Sometimes I don't look at like no grudge. It's a sport to me. I used to wrestle with my friends all the time, same thing, and I look at MMA as like a sport, just competing, trying to win, and I'm okay with fighting friends, people I know. It's okay to me. Even though I would not I'd rather go fight someone else. Sometimes it ruins friendships, but it's all good. You'll be all right.
That's true. Now, with all that you've accomplished outside of MMA before you even got started there, and of course we noted how much Joe Warren had accomplished in his own right and when he was in Bellator, do you see that being a similar trajectory for you where you could end up being a multiple-time champion in Bellator?
I mean, yeah, I think that could be something for me, be a multiple-time champion. I feel like I'm right there. I got the skills. I got all the tools I need to make it there. Just have to win these fights and just keep winning.
Talk to me a little more about the striking too, because you mentioned how you knew you had confidence in your hands going in there with Warren. What is it exactly that you've developed in the training over the last 3-4 fights that's given you so much confidence in that?
Well, I train at the best gym in the world, American Kickboxing Academy. We have guys coming through there from all over the world. Get guys all the time, and I know what I do in the gym, and I know how I compete with my training partners and everything, and that's what gave me the confidence to go out there and perform and do what I do out there in the cage. So.
Well, yeah,
being able to train at American Kickboxing Academy, we get a lot of guys coming in and out the doors.
Absolutely. It's one of the top gyms in the country and probably has if not the most, one of the most of champions of any gym in the country. So who's your favorite person to spar with and work with when you're there?
As of late, I've been going a lot of these young guys, young up-and-comers. They don't really have any big names right now, but these guys are young, they're hungry, they want to make a name for themselves. So those are always the guys who you get the more push from. Like one guy in particular, his name is Mark Climaco, a little Filipino, fast little guy. He's been helping me a lot in my camp recently, and him and we got Nolan Hernandez, Suave. He's another young guy that's trying to make a name for himself, pushing up in the ranks. And then we got guys from Russia that come through all the time. Khabib always bring all these Russians around, and those guys are always tough. Like his cousin Umar Nurmagomedov, he's a tough one. And these guys you don't even know that just comes to the gym only trying to make a name for themselves. There's so many so many guys.
Absolutely. Now, with this upcoming card, McDonald and Fitch in April, would you have rather fought on that card in San Jose, right there at the home of AKA?
Yeah, that would have been good to fight in San Jose. We got like a lot of our guys in our gym actually fighting on that card on the main card. Who we have Piccolotti fighting Vincent Henderson, and then John Fitch is fighting on there, and then we got a lot of guys in the prelims loaded up the card. A lot of local guys. It'd have been good to fight there, but it's okay. I fought in Temecula twice. You know, I got some family down there. They want to come watch me, and some friends down there that's close for them, so I'm cool with it.
So basically, you're already looking at the crowd being in your favor before you even step in the cage. Like, hell yeah, they're going to be cheering for me and not Dominic.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. So, how many more fights do you think it's going to be in this division if you continue on this win streak before you end up in position for a world title shot?
It all depends on what the how the promotion looks at me and wants to build me. I think realistically it could be 2 fights at the level of the competition that I'm facing in Bellator with the names. It could be 2 or 3 fights, and you never know. It depends how spectacular I look and how they like me, really. But I'm just gonna just keep winning and just trying to win impressively, so I get there sooner than later.
That's a good plan. Now, if you had to pick one guy to be that setup guy, if you have 2 more fights before Caldwell, who would that fight be?
That fight will be probably another former champ, Dantes.
I like the sound of that. I would love to see, with his speed and your power and accuracy, I would love to see how that matches up on the feet.
Yeah, that'll be a great fight.
Absolutely. So, Bellator, if you're listening, please make that one happen. But, Shawn, before we run out of time here today, I want to say thank you for this interview, and I also want to give you a chance to throw out some plugs besides just American Kickboxing Academy. Anything you want to mention? Sponsors, social media, you name it.
Just follow me on Instagram, Bunch the Great, Bunch Speed, fastest man on the planet. Just tune in next Friday at the Pachanga Resort Casino and watch me fight and put on a show against Dominic Mazzotta. Go Gilroy Wrestling, American Kickboxing Academy. Excited to put on a show.
All right, we're excited to see it, Shawn. Thank you for the time today. We'll see you there.
All right, thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you, Dan, as well.